The following is a presentation of the Game Time Sports Network. From the campus of Motlow State Community College in beautiful Tullahoma, Tennessee, this is Motlow State Soccer. And now, it's game time.
Now let's meet today's visitors, the Columbia State Chargers. Number 4, Emma Plummer.
Ready to go?
Number 0, Rory Burgess. Number 3, Scarlett Durrett. Number 5, Brenna Stankard. Number 7, Aubrey Ballenberg. Number 8, Eva Galloway. Number 9, Rory Curtis. Number 14, Sophia Caldera. Number 20, Bailey Swink. Number 25, Lillian Gardner. And number 31, Lily Johanning. And now, your starting lineup for your Motlow State Bucks. Number 2, Olivia Wellham. Number 4, Madeline Wellham. Number 5, Chloe Scales. Number 8, Lola Cunningham. Number 9, Elva Nunez. Number 10, Teresa Coleman. Number 11, Kenley Buena. Number 16, Milana Kador. Number 19, Aura Zeladon. Number 22, Jordan Butler. And number 23, Ariana Dunez. Your assistant coach, Katie Reed, and your head coach, Andy Lyon.
Yes, folks, there you have the starting lineups from the athletic director himself here at Motlow State, and that would be Ross Fanning. Ross, here, hold that microphone a minute. Let's chat with you a bit here as we get Motlow State Soccer, the home opener, conference home opener underway here on the campus of Motlow State. So, Ross, your team thus far at 4-1-1. What do you? I'm sure you've seen these folks before on a number of occasions. What are you expecting out here today?
This is a big rival game, so I'm expecting it to be a good fought game. Columbia State always brings their best when they play Motlow. The last 3 or 4 years, we have been in the region championship game against each other, so it's always a really good matchup that we'll see here today.
All right. Well, hey, we appreciate you chatting with us here a minute. I know that you've got stuff to do here as this match, very important conference match, gets underway. Again, the Motlow State Bucks coming in 4-1-1 up against the Lady Chargers of Columbia State. They come in with a 4-3 record. And the starting lineups again, as Columbia State will have Olivia Wellham, Madeline Wellham, Chloe Scales, Lola Cunningham, Elva Nunez, Teresa Coleman, Kinley Buena, along with Milana Cador, as things are blowing everywhere. Milana Cador, Aura Zetalon, Jordan Butler, and Ariana Dunez. Starting things off for Columbia State. Motlow State. Their starting crew, Emma Plummer, Rory Burgess, Scarlett Darrett, Brina Stankard, Aubrey Ballenberg, Ava Galloway, Rory Curtis, Sophia Caldera, Bailey Swink, Lillian Gardner, and Lily Johanning, as we are underway from the campus of Motlow State. And we get a whistle. So we have a bit of a breeze that is picked up. And Columbia State now on the dribble. And defending Motlow State, that would be, I believe, Samantha Cepeda. Number 2, who is down on the turf. And she's up and seems to be okay. So getting the ball back in play here now. Big long kick. And Motlow State, the Bucks on offense. And setting up nicely. And a scrum in front of the net. So the goaltender putting it in play. And now Madeline Weldon. Big long kick. As the goaltender retrieves and back out now to Ava Galloway. Now Lola Cunningham. And back in front of the goal, but defended nicely by the Bucks, and we get a whistle. With a player down. And from our vantage point, a bit difficult to see who that may be. So the ball about to be put in play, and away we go. Zeladon, number 19. For the Bucks. Gets a foot on it. Now driving back into the Motlow zone. And that is Olivia Wellham, number 2, with some nice footwork, but has her pocket picked. That's Haley Campbell. And the Lady Chargers now with control on offense. And a battle for the ball won by the Bucks. We get another whistle with another player down. Again, difficult to see who that may be, so we don't want to speculate. I believe that was number 8. For Columbia State, that was down for a bit. The action right in front of us here. I believe that was Lola Cunningham that was down for a bit. And on the far side. And out of bounds, it appears. And there is number 23. That would be Dueñez for Motlow State. Now driving the ball back in the zone now. And now the throw in. Play resumes. And play back on the far side. It seems like play has been on the other side of the pitch pretty much the entire match thus far. 38 minutes remaining here in this first half. And a nice pass to Madeline Wellham. Madeline, the midfielder, chasing it down, now giving it over to Olivia, the defender for Motlow State. Down the pitch it goes. And a nice pass, but just couldn't quite connect for the shot. And out of bounds it goes. Again, this is Motlow State Soccer, Columbia State, the visitor here on this Sunday afternoon from the Tullahoma campus. And the throw in now by Columbia State. And a long, nice kick retrieved by the Motlow State goalkeeper. And that would be, we believe, Holly Ferguson. Nice dribbling on the part of Teresa Coleman. Now here's Dunez doing some fancy footwork to avoid the defender, but ends up taking a cleat to the shins, I believe. Ariana Dueñez, a midfielder from Antioch, Tennessee. As the clock has stopped with 35:26 remaining. And apparently we have somebody down on the far end, the other end of the pitch here. And not able to determine exactly who that is. So this is the Game Time Sports Network, our debut soccer live stream here for the home conference opener. As we work out some of the kinks here, this is a new facility for us. So just continuing to get the lay of the land here with our camera angles and such. So we appreciate your patience as we work through some things. We shall return here in another, less than a week, September 19th, Motlow State Soccer versus Pellissippi State. That will be a, I believe a 4 o'clock start, and that is Central Time for those of you in the eastern portion of Tennessee. As things about to resume. And a nice pooch kick there, but nicely defended by Columbia State as they get it out of the box. And out of bounds quickly, and the throw in for Motlow. And Ayan Ahmed, a midfielder, sophomore from Nashville, scrambling for the ball for Motlow, but Columbia State coming up with it. And now Zeladon dribbling it down, trying to get it to Buena, but unable to connect. And the Columbia State goalkeeper putting it back in play. So over to the Motlow State goalkeeper, who flips it to Cador from London, England. And a nice pass that Scales picks up. Now the race to the goal by Coleman, and retrieved by the Columbia State goalkeeper. Good. The kick back to midfield. There once again is Dueñez, who seems to be everywhere for Motlow State. And the scramble back down the pitch. A good defensive contest here thus far. Quickly put back into play by the goalkeeper. There's Dueñez. Sophomore midfielder, again from Antioch, Tennessee. Columbia State intercepting things. And Motlow, nice pass to Kinley Buena. Buena now. Some fancy dribbling, but has things picked off by Lily Johanning from Hendersonville, the Columbia State defender. And out of play it goes. 32 minutes exactly remaining in this first half. And Columbia State retrieving the ball from the woods on the far side. And a header by a Motlow State player. trying to clear it. And now the Bucks with Kinley Buena out of Murfreesboro, number 11. Had control of things for a while. And it appears we have a substitution as Ariana Baxter, a midfielder from Murfreesboro, checks in. And Zeladon checking out. And a pass here to the near side. Nicely collected by Ayan Ahmed as she tries to get it midfield, but Columbia State rejecting. Here is Olivia Wellham, putting it back in play at the throw-in as Elva Nunez tried to track it down for the Bucks. And a nice kick back into the Motlow State zone. Now here is Dueñez. She has seen quite a bit of action here already today. Nice pass now as Ahmed tracks it down and sliding in an effort to keep it fair. So the goalkeeper now for Columbia State, Keen Barclay's Columbia State Lady Chargers. Andy Lyon, the head coach for Motlow State. So a soft kick. And now collected by Aubrey Ballenberg, number 7. She gets it to Darrett, Scarlett Darrett, number 3.
Hey, nice ball.
And there's Milana Kador getting some penetration. And again on the far side as the Columbia State goalkeeper comes up to get it. And she delivers it deep into the Motlow zone. Lola Cunningham passes it to Molina, Brianna Molina, number 12. And back across midfield they go. Molina bringing it down for Motlow, with a couple of Lady Chargers on her heels. Now a nice pass over to the far side where Ariana Baxter got a foot on it. Coach Andy Lyon knew this would be quite the test for his Motlow State Bucks, and it has proven to be just that here in the first half with about 26 minutes remaining. And out of bounds it goes. Again, we'll be rejoining you next Friday, 4 p.m. Central Time, when Pellissippi State, who has a fine team, will be coming here to Motlow State. And we will have the live stream for you. We will also be carrying Cleveland State volleyball that same day. So a lot going on the Game Time Sports Network this coming Friday, September 19th. And you can go to GameTimeSportsNetwork.com and find the live stream links for all of the upcoming Motlow State soccer matches, the home conference matches anyway. And the same for Cleveland State volleyball. We'll have all of their home conference matches as well. And quite a battle here in the near corner, as Molina and Arellano from Columbia State duke it out in the near corner. So the corner kick now. And the left-handed kick. Left-footed, I guess, would be more accurate. And that's Bollenberg along with Nunez from Motlow State defending one another. Now the kick deep into the Motlow zone. And a header now from Scarlett Darrett. And off the head of Olivia Wellham for Motlow. Back midfield where Lillian Gardner, the defender, gets a bit on the ball. And out of bounds it goes. 24 minutes exactly remaining in this first half. A little bit of a breeze and some cloud cover here. We have seen peaks of sunshine from time to time here on this Sunday afternoon. We're on the campus of Motlow State Community College, Tullahoma, Tennessee. Sofia Caldera, number 14. Passing it to a teammate for Columbia State. And back toward midfield. All of the action taking place on the far side here thus far in this one. Keen Barclay, the head coach for Columbia State, is assisted by Abigail Grow. Keen, nice enough to come over and say hello before we got started here today. Quite a battle in the far corner, as Motlow State doing a good job thus far of keeping it in the Columbia State zone. As the goalkeeper now will collect it and put her back in play. And Emma Plummer, defender, puts it back in play for Columbia State with a big brace on her left leg. She looks kind of uncomfortable out there, but she is managing to do a good job of keeping up with everyone. And out of bounds once again. And we have a substitution as Emma Plummer, who, as I mentioned, had that big brace. She is subbed by Samantha Zepeda from Spring Hill, Tennessee, a freshman for Columbia State. And a nice setup here And the goalkeeper cannot keep her footing. And we have our first scoring. Jordan Butler is the goalkeeper for Motlow State. And she lost her footing. And that allowed Columbia State to capitalize and get on the board first. So, taking advantage of an unfortunate scenario there where Butler coming out to retrieve things, lost her footing, and Columbia State capitalizing on it. So the throw in now from Motlow. Olivia Wellham over to Hayton from Shelbyville, Jocelyn. Hayton is a midfield freshman from Shelbyville. Off the head of Eva Galloway. Now Lola Cunningham gets it back over to Butler, who delivers it midfield. Columbia State getting on the board first here with about 20 minutes to go in this first half. And at midfield, there's Hayton, number 14, getting a foot on things. And an attempted pass, just missing the mark. Aubrey Ballenberg, the forward, was the intended recipient of that pass, but just a little bit past her. Wellham, a little pitch and catch now with Ahmed. And the left-footed kick from the midfielder Coleman, number 10, gets it back over toward the goalkeeper for the Lady Chargers. And I believe that is Rory Burgess, freshman goalkeeper for the Lady Chargers. And the foot race for the ball, as Zeladon knocks it out of bounds. More of a defensive measure just to keep the Columbia State player from gaining control. And off the head of Lola Cunningham now, as the Bucks trying to work it out of their end, and out of bounds it goes. Play resumed quickly there, but out of bounds again. And on the deck goes a Motlow State player.
Let's go, Caldera!
And she's down for quite a bit here. And being pulled up And she looks like she'll be all right. That's Teresa Coleman, the sophomore midfielder, a long way from home. She hails from Germany. And now the kick, and we get a whistle. Lola Cunningham, the sophomore defender, she is from Leeds, England. She is the player with the kick here now for Motlow State. Over to the far corner. And dribbled by Zeladon. Back over to Hayton. And it comes toward us, and it is out of play. Lillian Gardner with the throw in, and she gets it cleanly to Eva Galloway. And here is Caldera to pick it up. Now Motlow with control. Racing toward the Columbia State goal, but the Lady Chargers keeping Motlow State at bay thus far. And that pass picked off by Gardner as she shows her speed. And the pass to Ballenberg. She gets past the defender and setting it up, but just a little too much on that pass. That centering pass, just a bit too much on it. The throw in as Motlow State trying to work its way back toward the Columbia State goal. Wellham now gets it to Ahmed. Back over to Wellham. And picked off by Zapata. And here once again is Gardner, number 25. A centering pass to Galloway. And
Let's go, Sophia!
Dueñez hits the turf. And with her kick, feeding it now to Madeline Wellham. And there is Ahmed to get it. Centering pass. Oh! Almost as a great scoring chance. Well defended, but Buena, number 11, the forward from Murfreesboro, a sophomore. The best scoring chance that Motlow State has seen thus far. But nicely defended by Burgess, the goalkeeper for the Lady Chargers. We're under 14 minutes now. Wellham, nice pass down the far side to Molina. Molina trying to pass it over to Ahmed, but there is Gardner to intercept things for the Lady Chargers. And now the foot race is on. Back down the pitch we go. As Olivia Wellham, number 2, comes up with it for Motlow. And now we're at midfield. Scarlett Darrett and Hayton battling it before the ball gets lofted to the far side. Dueñas being chased down. And she got a pretty good kickoff there, but as she was falling. So we've got Columbia State players that need to collect themselves. And I believe the referee is going to perhaps call for a sub. No, she's staying in. He seems to be motioning for perhaps just... Yes, it will be, I believe, a substitution now for Motlow State as Buena takes a seat. And she is replaced by Elva Nunez from Belize, a sophomore forward for the Bucks. And now it appears we've got to tie a goalkeeper's shoes, which is hard to do when you're wearing gloves. So a teammate electing to handle that for her. So Burgess now all tied up and ready to go. Doing a nice job of keeping it in bounds. And now a battle with Bollenberg and Wellham.
Good work, Aubrey. Keep it up.
The kick now from Samantha Zepeda. And out of bounds it goes.
Come on, Scarlett. Let's go. Let's go.
So the throw in now. And attempting a spin move there to grab control was Elva Nunez. As the sun comes out from behind the clouds. And a nice kick down the sidelines. But there is Wellham to pick it off. Jordan Butler, the goalkeeper. Off her foot now to Lola Cunningham, who puts it back down the far side.
Come on, dig deep.
Coming up on 10 minutes remaining.
Good call. Good call.
And play resuming. Columbia State with control, but not before Chloe Scales picks it off. Number 5 for Motlow, but Columbia back with control, lofting it down into the Motlow State side of the pitch. Again, we're coming to you live from Motlow State Community College as the Lady Chargers from Columbia State in town here in Tullahoma. This being the opening conference home match for the Bucks, who are, at last check, nationally ranked at number 13, but find themselves down by 1 here. The Motlow State goalkeeper losing her footing earlier, Jordan Butler, and that resulted in a shot getting past her to claim the lone goal here today, as Motlow State finds themselves on the short end of the stick here thus far. And a foot race now as Nunez and Cepeda dueling it out here. A nice pass over to Ahmed, who tries to center it up for Nunez, but there's Columbia State to thwart that attempt. Some speedy players here on both sides. Nunez with a centering pass, and Nunez was there to take it, but Columbia State defenders thwarting that attempt. Defender Cunningham doing a great job here for Motlow State. All of these defenders are. Nunez trying to feed it over to Nunez, but just can't quite get through the defenders of Columbia State. Ballenberg. Nice pass, getting it over to Darla Shinton in the match now for Columbia State. Ahmed. Some nice dribbling around the defender here. And another opportunity for Nunez. And I believe they're calling offsides. Another scoring chance for Motlow State that goes by the wayside. Rory Burgess from Laverne is the Columbia State goalkeeper. And now the whistle and in play. And the Columbia State midfielder bringing it down. And that's Francesca Ariano, number 23, who gets it over to midfield. So this looks like it will be Lillian Gardner for the throw-in for Columbia State. And off the head of the Motlow State player. And a nice kick through, but there's Butler to collect it for the Motlow State Bucks. Feeding it now to Ahmed. Ahmed now. There's Nunez to collect it, but knocked away by the Columbia State defender. And for those of you that may be interested, the Rams had their way with the Titans today, 33-19 the final. Not a real surprise. 4 minutes, we're under 4.5 minutes left here in this first half from the campus of Motlow State. This is Olivia Wellham. As she will get things back in play. As the referee gives the all clear with the whistle. Oh, and off the head. I believe that was Cunningham, but just wide of the goal. As the clock winds down and heads to 3 minutes, Rory Burgess will give it a kick for Columbia State. Off to the side to Gardner, but there's Ahmed to pick her pocket. Ahmed, nice centering pass. And it looks as though Columbia State will get to clear it. Yeah. So we go with the kick now from Gardner. And the ball out of bounds. A mix of clouds and sun here in Tullahoma. And currently, we're looking at 85 degrees. Certainly could be worse. Ahmed gets a foot on it. Gets it over to Dueñez. Now there's Ahmed once again. But Gardner with it for Columbia State. Nice little move from Caldera, number 14. And the battle, Ariana Baxter for the Bucks, number 3. Had possession and control for a moment. Now there she is again, Baxter, and out of play now. As the first half begins to come to a close, we are at about 30 seconds. The left-footed kick, and there is Butler to retrieve it, the goalkeeper for Motlow State, as she gives it a punt to midfield. And so you have the end of the first half, with Columbia State finding themselves on top here. with a 1-0 score as we are bringing you Motlow State women's soccer. And we'll be doing so for all of their home conference matches throughout the season. As we pause for a couple of messages on the Game Time Sports Network. It's Jay Harper. Join me and Nashville radio legend John Bozeman, known as Johnny B, as we gab about all things radio, entertainment, and music in the Circling the Drain podcast. We share stories and experiences from our more than 90 combined years of being in the biz. Yeah, we're old. Come along for the ride. You never know where it may take you. It's the Circling the Drain podcast, available every Wednesday morning on all podcast platforms.
Who's going to go first? Let me line up these balls real fast right here. Bring them over here. It works. I promise you. All right. First one up, we got Bryson right here, men's basketball. Give him a chance. Give him PJs. No shot. Not even close. You gotta hit that crossbar up there. We got a line full of bad players. Yep, next. No shot. Not even close. You got, by chance, if you can't help me out, go get those. I'll just watch it with my back because John's up and he's definitely going to hit you. Okay. He babied it. Need a little pep in your step, though. Got it? No, no, no. That's not the crossbar. Next. Here we go. This might be the cheating one right here, folks. All right, we got up. Up next. Matet. Lining them up, lining them up. Got no juice. Oh! Who's up? Who's up? Can you go get those for me, Matet? Can you go get those? Who's up? No, absolutely zero shot right here, folks. I hate to waste y'all time like this. We're going to watch a line full of bad. Look at that. Never left the ground. Never left the ground. Stay indoors. Better luck next time. Better stay indoors. Right here, Matet. Absolutely. Here we go. Got him. He goes. Uno. Dos. Tres. No shot. I'm talking. Everybody thinks it's easy. Nope. Go get those for me. Who's next? We got J.R. Up the kick. Yep, go ahead. It's ready for you. Make this quick. We're going to make this quick right here. Go ahead. Bang, no shot. He thought he was close. Who we got? Nate Dillingham. 40% from three, 0% from the crossbar. Oh! That was close. Alright, who's up? Oh my god. When did he? Absolutely. Look at the approach, folks. Look at the approach. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right here, Daryl. Go ahead. Boost Sanya. Boom! You're enough. Yeah. You won. You won. Okay, hold on. No. It's not it. It's not it. But you only get one chance, Sonya. You're good to go, buddy. You got your Chick-fil-A card right there. Yeah. Who's next? Who's next? Got my guy right here. Yep. Line him up. Knock him down. Okay. We at least got it off the ground. We've moved on to baseball, folks. Ooh. Oh. Next. Not one winner. Right here, JR. Everybody wants their picture taken, but they'll take it up first. Start. We're going to keep line them up and we're going to knock them down. I wish I could see the face of the seriousness that they are. And they have no idea what they're doing.
Have the net or the people? You can't have both. I don't know how to work this thing.
Again,
Can you
next.
just do it? I don't know what to do. This is your world, not mine.
He's a novice. Next, who's up? Who we got? What's your name? Charlie? Knock it in, Charlie. He's shaking. He's nervous. And his shoes ain't even tied. There's no shot. He's got no chance. Alrighty. Lining them up. Here we go. Everybody can do it. Everybody thinks they can do it. We have zero faith in you. Huh? Probably should have took your shoe off in the first place. Oh my goodness. I mean, you can try to kill it. Lining them up. Really disappointed we had to call y'all call guys. All right, we got a lefty. Hey! Get your prize from AD Banning down there. Banning's got it. Coach Banning's got your Chick-fil-A card. Come on, big fella. Oh! Little chip shot. Lining them up. Not even close. Left. It's a goal, but it ain't the crossbar. Yep, you got it. Oh my goodness. Too late. Right here. Y'all can play later. Up. Our next person up to embarrass themselves, what your name is? Kay. Alright, we're in a long line of embarrassment right now. They think you're close. I don't think you are. Well, we got a few more times to watch out. Everybody struggle, guys. I mean, Tyson Pittman. Up. Not even close. Alright, who's our next? Will? Knock it in, Will. I like your sunglasses. Okay. Okay. We're close. Alright. Pull your britches up, tighten your shoes. Yep. Oh my goodness, don't take him out of all people. Alright, yes. Here we go. Two more.
What?
Two more guys. You got it, you're close.
This thing?
I'm trying to speak positivity into the world.
I mean, the sun's coming.
Oh.
Between my
Oh.
eyesight and the sun, I can't see.
Last one, folks. Oh. Cringeworthy. A lot of cringeworthy activities
Absolutely
going on
not.
here, guys.
It's just
I
black.
hate it for y'all. All right, folks. All right.
No, I can't see. Can I see?
Sorry to make y'all watch all that. There's a lot of cringeworthy activity.
And the second half is underway. As Motlow State finds themselves down by 1 as this second half commences from the campus of Motlow State. Jay Harper here with you, Game Time Sports Network. As mentioned, we will also be bringing you the next home conference game. That will be against Pellissippi State this coming Friday, the 19th of September. Nice battle going here. Zeladon hits it to the near corner as Buena chases it down for Motlow State. Back in play as Caldera, number 14 for Columbia State. Got a foot on it, and now out of bounds as Bree Stankard, number 5. Got a foot on it. This is Johanning from Hendersonville who puts it in play. Johanning with the throw in. And out of bounds again briefly. And back down toward the Columbia State goal, as we are midfield and out of bounds. So Columbia State will throw it in once the referee gives the go-ahead, and which he has done. And the throw in now. And off the head of Molina for Motlow State. And now Kinley Buena gets it to Ahmed in the far corner. Ahmed now to Nunez. And a whole swarm of Lady Chargers around Nunez. And a little chip now. Giving it to Zeladon. There's Nunez once again. Some fancy footwork eluding 3 defenders. And there, a Motlow State goal to tie things up. The Bucks on the board with a nice setup, a nice delivery, and that only took less than 5 minutes as this second half got underway. not able to see who made the shot, as there was quite a bit of traffic in my line of sight, so I apologize for not being able to name the goal scorer. But nonetheless, it is tied up at 1 apiece now, as Motlow State does not take long as the second half got underway to get on the board. So what they could not do in the first 45, they managed to do in the first 5 of the second half. Zeladon from Esteli, Nicaragua, lofts it toward the net, and a quick goal! Taking less than a minute to put another one in the net for the Bucks. So capitalizing quickly here in this second half. Not sure what Coach Andy Lyon told them there in that 15-minute intermission, but something has clicked. As the Bucks now go up 2-1. So the kickoff now. Molina trying to get it to Ahmed as it's chased down in the far corner, and Columbia State just kicks it out. So quite a bit of excitement here in the early goings of this second half, as the Bucks taking only less than 5 minutes for the first goal in the second half and less than a minute for the second goal. It appears that Molina will have a seat now for Motlow State. The throw in, and there is Nunez keeping it alive, able to get it to a teammate. That would be Chloe Scales, but out it goes. And Nunez got a piece of it there. Now, this is Ariana Nunez, sophomore midfielder for the Bucks. As she hits the turf. She is all over the place. Motlow State coming in 4-1-1 in this particular game. They're 2-0 in the conference. They have won their last 2 games, last 2 matches in shutouts, blowouts in fact. September 5th at Dyersburg State, they won that one 10-0. And against the Salukis of Southwest Tennessee, they came away with a 7-0 victory in that one back on September 7th. So looking good in conference play so far. And they find themselves on top here in the second half. The mad scramble as Coleman winning the battle and getting it now to Wellham. And there is Nunez. She too is one of those players that seems to always be around the ball. Taking a shot and collected by Burgess, the Columbia State goalkeeper. And lofted past midfield by Columbia State. But there's Olivia Wellham, the defender, freshman from Cambridge, England. Number 2 for Coach Lyons' Motlow State team. And out of bounds it goes. We are also live on Facebook at the moment. If you are so inclined, perhaps, to watch it there, if that would be a little easier for you. Nunez, a nice pass over to Nunez. Can she catch up to it before it goes out? Yeah, she does, but if she could have only caught up with it just a tad sooner and had a nice opportunity, perhaps. Good scoring chance. Taking a shot, but it goes off the back of a Columbia State player. Oh, another scoring chance, and it is a goal for Columbia State. They cannot defend the Motlow State shot. And that puts the Bucks up by 3 with 34:22 remaining in the second half, as they've managed to put 3 goals on the board in about 10 minutes. Motlow State definitely figuring something out at halftime, it appears, as they have come on strong in this second half. The ball back in play. Scales, number 5, with it now. And out of play it goes, as Coleman was chasing it down for Motlow State. And aside from the game being here, as we mentioned, it is indeed also on some other platforms, social media platforms. You can find it on our YouTube channel. Nunez now. And a nice defending job there by Number 2, that would be Samantha Zapata for the Lady Chargers. She perhaps saved a goal there. Again, we are also on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter. Well, I guess X now, formerly known as Twitter. The game's being streamed on those platforms, and it will also be available on our Roku app as well as Amazon Fire TV. Just search Game Time Sports Network on those platforms and you'll find us. So, a myriad of ways to watch. That is a beautiful pass, but just a little long. Rory Burgess, the goalkeeper, will put it back in play with 31 minutes remaining in the second half. And the battle in the near corner. Here's Nunez. Centering pass over to Coleman. And another goal for the Motlow State Bucks. Put another one in the net to make it 4-1, as they have definitely come alive in this second half. So again, not sure if Coach Andy Lyon and his crew had just something to figure out in the halftime intermission. But it's just amazing the difference between the first half and the second half here. Nice dribbling from Madeline Wellham, Cambridge, England. Chloe Scales gets it over to Nunez. Nunez. And the race for the ball with Zeladon. And now, here goes Scarlett Darrett. Now it's Ballenberg for the Lady Chargers. But there is Milana Kador to have something to say about it for the Bucks. Exactly 30 minutes remaining in half number 2 from Tullahoma, Tennessee. We're on the campus of Motlow State Community College. Jay Harper here, Game Time Sports Network. As we are excited to be bringing you not only Motlow State women's soccer, but all sports this season. So we'll get basketball going, both men's and women's, before you know it. Then it'll be softball, baseball season. Of course, softball, they're in a fall season now, but we will be covering all of their conference home games in the spring. We're also excited to be covering all sports for Cleveland State Community College out of Cleveland, Tennessee. We'll have another volleyball match with them this coming Friday. And then we will be covering all sports for the Cougars. And the same can be said for Southwest Tennessee Salukis. And we're confident we'll also be bringing you Pellissippi State basketball once again. The rundown now, as Lily Johanning from Hendersonville went to Beach High. Chased it down. Now there's Nunez. Nunez with Johanning on her tail. Now the race for the ball with Madeline Wellham and Zapata, Samantha Zapata. But ultimately, it is Lillian Gardner that gets a foot on it and puts it out of play. Quite a scrum there in the far corner. And now off to the races we go. But there is Motlow to intercept things. Johanning gets it to Sarah Thompson, a freshman midfielder, number 27 for Columbia State. And there is a beautiful shot. And I believe that was Scarlett Darrett to put another one on the board for the Lady Chargers. That will make it 4-2 with 28:13 remaining. That was a pretty shot. We do have another goalkeeper in goal. I believe that is Holly Ferguson. She is from Buncrana, Ireland. A lot of players on both of these squads from overseas. Here is Zeladon, number 19, as she chases it down, and Sarah Thompson challenges her for the ball. Now a battle between Jocelyn Hayton and Arellano. Again, this is the Game Time Sports Network bringing you Motlow State women's soccer action, as we will be doing all of their conference home matches. As we mentioned, the next one against Pellissippi State, and they too, no picnic to contend with. And that kick by Zeladon deflected. And I believe we have a sub. And we do, as Coleman will take a seat, and I believe it is Chloe Scales coming in for her. As play resumes, Madeline Wellham, and lofts one that just a bit too long. 26 minutes exactly remain in this second half. Quite a bit of action here in half number two. The first half, just both of these teams feeling one another out. Columbia State went into halftime with a 1-0 lead, but now find themselves down by 2. Across midfield. And getting a bit physical.
Good, Scarlett. Good. Good, Scarlett.
And the long kick by Columbia State. And now it ricochets back out. where Madeline Wellham had control there for a moment. Now racing down is Sarah Thompson, number 27. She is met by Zeladon. And now back over to Thompson, but intercepted. And Johanning gets it out of play. And a collision near the goal. So it appears we're getting a penalty kick here. And making short order of that to go up 5-2 now. (23-11) remaining in this second half, as the Bucks have just caught on fire here in half number 2. And here is Chloe Castorena from Columbia, Tennessee. And now Roxy Fowler with the ball, with 2 Lady Chargers on her, and the ball out of play now. Something you can hear it, but you can't see it, but something you don't see every day, a biplane passing overhead. A propeller biplane. This is Sarah Thompson now, number 27, and it goes out for Columbia State. Nunez had a chance. Big long pass now. And off the head of Cador. Bollenberg tracks it down for Columbia State. And it is out of bounds. The throw in. And there is Dueñez. Madeline Wellham, but there is Columbia State. Nice move from Aubrey Bollenberg, the forward from Arizona. Went to Gallatin High, though. This is Mallory O'Neill. No, pardon me. This would be Holly Ferguson. My goalkeeper's mixed up there. For Columbia State, the freshman defender, Lily Johanning, will handle the throw in once she hears the whistle. And we're off and running.